Stop being a Swiss Army knife. You are exhausted because you have turned your personality into a service industry. You think you are being kind. You tell yourself you are the reliable one, the rock, the person everyone can count on when the world starts leaking. You are lying. You are actually just terrified of being useless. This is the utility trap. It is the quiet, desperate belief that your value as a human is tied directly to what you can do for others. If you aren't fixing a problem, giving advice, or carrying the emotional weight of a room, you feel like a ghost. You think you are high value. You are actually just a high-functioning tool. A friend calls with a crisis, and you feel a surge of energy. It is not empathy. It is the relief of having a job to do. When you are fixing someone else, you don't have to look at the wreckage of your own boundaries. You have spent years training the people around you to see you as a solution rather than a person. Look at your friendships. If you stopped giving advice, how many of those people would still have a reason to call you? If you stopped being the one who organizes the trips, pays the bill, or listens to the 3-hour rants, who would stay? This is the brutal reality of measuring worth by utility. You have built a life where you are needed but never actually seen. You are the person people call when they need a body moved or a spreadsheet fixed. But are you the person they call when they just want to sit in the dark and talk about nothing? Probably not, because you've made it clear that you don't do nothing. You only do results. You have commodified your own presence. We tell ourselves this is acts of service. It is not. It is a transaction. You are trading your labor for the right to exist in the room. You believe that love is something you earn through performance. This is a pay-to-play model of self-worth. Psychology calls this contingent self-esteem. Your value is not a fixed point. It is a stock market that crashes the second you have a day where you produce nothing. This is why you can't sit on a couch for 20 minutes without feeling like you are rotting. Resting feels like a moral failure because tools don't rest. They get put back in the drawer when they are finished. Think about the last time you sat still, truly still. No phone, no podcast, no productive thoughts about how to optimize your morning routine. You couldn't do it. Your brain started screaming that you were falling behind. Behind whom? The version of you who is a more efficient hammer. When you measure worth by utility, your brain develops a specific type of tunnel vision. You stop asking, "What do I want?" and start asking, "What does this situation require of me?" You become a chameleon. You are a different person to your boss, your partner, and your friends. The common denominator is always the same. You are solving something. This leads to a specific type of burnout. It is not the burnout of working too hard. It is the burnout of being on, but never present. You are a hollow shell with a very impressive set of features. You have a feature set instead of a personality. You can deep listen. You can strategic plan. You can emotional co-regulate. But who are you when the lights go out? If we stripped away everything you do for other people, would there be anything left but a pile of resentment and a very expensive planner? You are probably the person who takes the blame for others. You are the human shield. You handle tough conversations, fix broken projects, and absorb the anger of those around you. You think this makes you strong, but it actually makes you a target. People don't respect tools. They use them. When a hammer breaks, you don't mourn it. You go to the hardware store and buy a new one. If your entire identity is based on being useful, you're inviting people to replace you the moment you stop functioning at peak capacity. You set yourself up for a life of being discarded. You wonder why you feel lonely in a room full of people who need you. It's because they don't truly need you. They need the service you provide. If you died tomorrow, they wouldn't miss your soul. They'd miss your ability to edit their emails and fix their plumbing. That is a painful way to live. Try this experiment tonight. Sit in a chair for 30 minutes. Don't check your phone. Don't fold laundry. Don't plan your week. Just sit there. Within 5 minutes, you will sense a creeping feeling of shame. You'll feel like you are bad. This is the core of the problem. Your utility has become a shield against your own insignificance. If you're not doing something, you have to face the possibility that you might not know who you are without the fixer label. The silence is frightening because it reveals the space where your personality should be. The shame isn't because you're lazy. It's because you've been conditioned to believe that an idle human is a broken human. You've internalized the logic of a factory. You are your own harshest foreman, standing over your shoulder with a stopwatch, asking why you haven't optimized your relaxation time yet. Social exchange theory. suggests that we all weigh the costs and benefits of our relationships. But the utility-obsessed person tilts the scale until it breaks. You provide 90% of the value because you are terrified that your 10% presence isn't enough. You are overcompensating for a perceived lack of inherent worth. You are afraid that if you show up empty-handed, people will realize you are boring or flawed or simply human. You think your utility is what makes you special, but it is actually what keeps you lonely. You can't connect with someone while you are busy performing for them. True connection requires vulnerability, but a tool can't be vulnerable. A tool has to be functional. By being useful, you are actually protecting yourself from being loved. If they love you for what you do, you can always do more. If they love you for who you are, you're in trouble, because you have no control over that. Your nervous system is stuck in a state of fawn. This is a trauma response where you please and appease to stay safe. Your cortisol levels are likely high because you are constantly scanning for the next problem to solve. You have forgotten how to be in a parasympathetic state. Your body is a machine that has forgotten how to power down. You have chronic neck pain. Your jaw is always tight. You have digestive issues that no amount of clean eating can fix. Why? Because your body is literally bracing for the next person who is going to need something from you. You are a biological spring that has been wound so tight it's starting to snap. You need to realize that being useful is the lowest form of human connection. A toaster is useful. A vacuum cleaner is useful. You are supposed to be more than a household appliance. The first step is the hardest. You have to disappoint someone. You have to say no to a request you could easily fulfill. You have to let a friend handle their own crisis. You have to watch someone struggle and not step in to save them. This will feel like you are dying. It is actually you coming back to life. Disappointment is the price of freedom. If you never disappoint anyone, it means you are living someone else's life. It means you have successfully surgically removed your own desires to make room for theirs. Put them back in. Let the no sit in the air like a bad smell. Don't explain it. Don't apologize for it. Just let it be. Start attending social events and contribute nothing. Don't bring the best wine. Don't tell the funniest story. Don't offer to help with the dishes. Just exist. It will be awkward. You will feel the urge to earn your spot. Resist it. See who stays when the useful version of you is on vacation. You will find that some people leave. Let them. They weren't your friends. They were your customers. The people who stay are the ones who actually like the sound of your voice and the way you look at the world. They aren't looking for a consultant. They are looking for a human. It's terrifying to be boring. But boring is where the real work happens. When you stop performing, you finally give people a chance to see the real you, the tired one, the one who doesn't have all the answers, the one who is occasionally a little bit selfish. That person is much more interesting than the robot you've been pretending to be. Your worth is not a result. It is a prerequisite. You don't get value by doing things. You do things because you already have value. This is a fundamental shift in logic that most useful people never make. Stop asking, how can I help? And start asking, what do I need? This is not selfish. It is survival. If you keep pouring from an empty cup, you eventually start pouring out the dregs of your own resentment. And trust me, nobody wants to drink that. Many useful people eventually turn into martyrs. You do everything for everyone, and then you get angry when they don't appreciate it. But why should they? You told them this was your role. You volunteered for the position of savior. You are holding them hostage with your kindness. If you want real appreciation, stop doing things people didn't ask for. Stop anticipating needs as a way to control people's opinions of you. Let people be responsible for themselves. It is the most respectful thing you can do for them, and the most loving thing you can do for yourself. You will spend months feeling useless. Embrace it. Useless is where your personality lives. It is in the hobbies that don't make money. It is in the conversations that lead nowhere. It is in the afternoons spent staring at the ceiling. This is where you discover who you are when you aren't working for the approval of others. You are not a tool. You are the craftsman. And it is time you stopped letting everyone else decide what you are for. Are you afraid that if you stopped being helpful, you would have nothing left to offer? Good. That fear is the compass pointing toward your freedom. Stay in that fear until it stops hurting. Then, for the first time in your life, go do something that helps absolutely nobody.